wife. I got my coffee for me. So now let's talk about themes. Okay, first things first, it's been a while. And I was supposed to do a video every day in December because it was Vlogmas. And guess what? I didn't do it. Now, granted, I didn't do it because I fell off the bandwagon after like 9 or 10 days, and like it was really hard to get back on. So I'm just chalking it up to like it didn't happen. I didn't do it. But I do know in the last video of that series, I said what my goals were for year 29. It is now officially 2022. Let's talk about my theme for this year and how they kind of like intertwine into that. So goals and themes are very similar and they should influence each other. Well, really themes should influence your goal. So I really set my 3 goals for turning 29 to kind of prematurely. Those 3 goals were build Lego sets with my wife, read 3 books, and launch My Wheels. They kind of actually work very well with my theme though. So what exactly is a theme first? Like, why not a resolution? Why not just straight up goals? Let's talk about what a theme is before like I answer those other 2 questions. So a theme is kind of like your guiding principle for the year, or the season, or however you want to break it up. You can read more at thethemesystem.com. It's made by CGB Gray and Mike Hurley. They talk about it on their podcast, Cortex. I'll put a lot of links in a blog post, which that link will be in the description below. If you don't know, I have a blog, CCT plus spelled out .dev. So CCTPLUS.dev. And where I just post either my scripts for the YouTube videos, sometimes post article-only content. So if you go over there, subscribe to the newsletter, you'll get these directly into your inbox. And if you subscribe to the newsletter and become a paid member, you'll also get these videos and blog posts like a day early. The general gist of what it is you have this theme that's guiding you throughout the year. And that's going to be how you decide what goals you make, how you decide kind of like what you're working towards, what you're striving for. There's also like ideal outcomes. So what do you hope to build with this theme? And they don't have to necessarily be goals, but they're just kind of like, what do you hope to get out of the year? My theme is kind of driving some of the other stuff that I'm actually deciding to work on right now. So what exactly is my theme for 2022? Well, my theme, my focus, whatever you want to call it, is the year of growth. So what I mean by this, like, is I want to grow in my career. I want to grow as an iOS developer. I want to grow as a content creator even. Like, I know it's like weird. There's this weird stigma around being a content creator, but I like it. I enjoy it. I want to be better at it. And personally, like, I just want to grow like my personal life. I want to be better in my personal life than I am. I'm really like, I get really hyper fixated on something and that's like it in my personal life. And I kind of forget about other things. So I think focusing on growth in other areas, like besides career, content creation, iOS development, is going to be good for me. Like focusing on like having a better relationship, like, you know, like don't forget to go on dates, always go out on dates, like stuff like that. Like that'll just grow me on a personal level at the same time. I track my theme in what's called the Theme System Journal. Whoops. And it's pretty neat. So you have the theme, the description, and then my ideal outcomes in here. So like my theme is the year of growth. I already described what it was. And my ideal outcomes, so these can be goals, or they can just be like what you hope to achieve with no real like way to measure it. So like, I want a better routine for uploading YouTube videos. I don't have a real way to measure that besides the fact that like to actually get YouTube videos out, I have to be on some kind of schedule. And that's gonna help me grow in content creation. It's gonna help me grow my iOS development skills. And it'll even help me be better in my career. because I'll start having to describe things more, talk things through, figure out what I want to say before I actually say it, that kind of deal. So that's part of it. Then I actually want to like increase my app development income, somehow be better on my app development income. So whether that's like, I don't know, releasing another app, which is already in the works. I've been working on my wheels. Or if it's like bringing in sponsorships on my Instagram, stuff like that, whatever it is, like somehow increase development income. The only reason like Instagram can play a factor is because I do have quite a bit of followers on there, and it just keeps growing exponentially. I hit some kind of algorithm wave, algo wave, whatever you want to call it, and it just keeps growing. So it's a fun, so like that could be an option, but that Instagram is all based around like my app development stuff and my career stuff. So like it still kind of plays into a factor of me growing. And then like finally, another outcome would be I want to have a better grasp on like React technology, what goes into web development, that kind of stuff, just because that would help me grow in my career. So why go with theme and not goals or resolutions? Because you're probably like, okay, but I already made resolutions. Like, what do I do now? Well, for me, resolutions break really easily. Like, resolutions just don't happen for me. I usually end up not doing them by like day 4, day 5 of January. And then it's just done. And then I'm like, well, what was the point of that? There was not one. And a lot of people do that too. They just fall into like the rut of like going back to normal because they're going to make this big life change. And by focusing on a theme throughout the year, you can do things that help you work for that theme. So the year of growth, basically anything I do that helps me be a better person, an app developer, better at my career, like is gonna like help me feel like I succeeded the theme. And themes can go towards goals. So like my goals that I have set for those three that I set for 29 actually help me a lot in my year of growth. Like they fall in line with that. How am I tracking my theme? Well, like I said, I'm using my theme system. And then I also have a tracker itself. So like there's like a day tracker where I fill out the good, bad, and how I actually worked towards my theme, and and like what I'm doing for my 4 ideal outcomes. Like how am I working towards those outcomes? And in the theme system journal, this isn't like trying to get you to like buy them necessarily. This is literally just me like saying this is what worked for me. They also have like if you need like to track daily habits, like you can do that. I'm really bad at tracking daily habits, so I'm probably ignoring that part of the notebook, to be honest, this year. It just doesn't work for me. This is my 2nd year of kind of focusing on a theme. I did a really bad job on it last year. Not bad, but like I didn't focus enough on it. And so this year is also going to be like focusing a lot more on trying to make sure what I'm doing is falling in line with my theme. And that's really it for themes and like what I'm hoping to get out of my 2022. Like I said, I'll put a link to the blog post below, and there's going to be some links out to the theme system journal or the themesystem.com. There'll be a link to Cortex, and some other things. If you'd rather read this and follow along with it, then the blog post will be there for you to follow along with. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will be back in the next video with a fresh cup of coffee, maybe a different mug. We'll find out. We'll both find out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.